Imagine fleeing your home country, arriving in a new country with nothing, living in a homeless shelter, and just 2 years later becoming one of the most famous child chess players in the world. This is the unbelievable story of Tanitoluwa Tani Adewumi, a Nigerian-born chess prodigy whose journey from hardship to international chess stardom has inspired potentially millions around the world. And now in 2026, he is knocking on the door of the Grandmaster title. A quick summary of his early life. Tani was born on September 3rd, 2010 in Nigeria, but his childhood took a dramatic turn when his family began receiving death threats from religious extremists. For safety, the family fled Nigeria and sought refuge in the United States in 2017, eventually settling in New York City. Life there was not easy. The family lived in a homeless shelter, trying to rebuild their lives from scratch, but it was during this difficult time that something extraordinary happened. Tani discovered chess. Tani started learning chess at school, and almost immediately it became clear that he had something special. Despite having no chess set at home, he practiced relentlessly. And in 2019, something remarkable happened. At just 8 years old, Tani won the New York State K3 Chess Championship, a tournament for players from kindergarten through 3rd grade. And remember, he did this while living in a homeless shelter. The story caught the attention of the New York Times, and almost overnight, Tani became an international sensation. People around the world were moved by his story. Donations poured in, supporters helped his family find permanent housing, and Tani's son had access to something he never had before: the resources to develop his talent. He then had a rapid rise through the chess ranks. Once Tani had the chance to focus on chess, his progress was astonishing. In 2021 alone, his rating skyrocketed from the 1700s to over 2100, over 400 rating points. First, he became a national master. Then just months later, he earned the official title of a FIDE Master. His aggressive style and sharp tactical instincts made him a dangerous opponent for even experienced players. Tani was no longer just a feel-good story, he became a serious chess competitor. He's even played Gotham Chess several times, and he's a fantastic player. In 2025, though, Tani reached another huge milestone. Just last year, he officially earned his title of International Master. But he didn't stop there. At the Beale Chess Festival Blitz tournament, Tani delivered a spectacular performance. He scored 11 out of 13, finishing a full point ahead of strong players like Grandmaster Mikhail Kobolia and FIDE Master Christian Klokya. By this point, the young prodigy had ratings approaching 2,500 in Blitz and over 2,400 in classical chess. For someone still in his mid-teens, a fantastic achievement. His playing style is, scintillating. But let's focus on what he's just done recently, ladies and gentlemen. And the whole point of this video, after that introduction, is this. St. Louis Masters 2026. Tani Adewumi. He finishes 6 out of 9, which is a nice score. Gains 25 rating points. A performance of 2,640. And a Grandmaster norm. He scored a Grandmaster norm at the St. Louis Masters, which is an open tournament. So now, that's really helpful because he can get the other two, if I'm not mistaken, from closed tournaments, which generally speaking are easier to do. This was the tournament Fabiano Caruana finished second. He finished tied for fourth, along with Andrew Zong, V. Pranav, Francisco Sonis, there's Tanya and Aryan Chopra. He finished ahead of Andy Woodward. He finished ahead of Ambaidu Mishra and several other top players. I mean, we can show all 70. Look at the list of Grandmasters that he's finishing above of. Chris Yep as well. Max Varmadon was there. He had a phenomenal tournament. Benjamin Bach, a phenomenal tournament. Eric Rosen was even kicking about. He played spectacularly well. You can see here on the side, he beat Max Varmadon, a draw with Talia Cervantes, 2 wins there against Maxim Liu and Dennis Kardik, a draw with Isa Khan, a win over Bryce Tigolian, a draw against Vasif Dupravali, a win against Victor Mativasan, and a draw against Andrew Zedhong. A phenomenal performance. I mean, if we look at his profile here on chess.com, you can see we were looking at it earlier. This can go away. Top chess players in the world, Tani. He's 15. He will be 16 this year on September the 3rd. Place of birth is in Nigeria. Federation currently is the United States. 491 in the world. 2448 classical. Now, I believe that's not quite accurate. That might be subject to change because I think this will take us... Okay, this is the live chess ratings, March 12th. So it is accurate, 2448. A rapid 2392. Blitz, almost 2500. You can see his rating go here. Here's his whole bio. And you can watch this video on YouTube where it goes over his story from when he was 10 years old. After he just played that tournament, the Beale Chess Festival. One of his best wins, he's beaten Hikaru Nakamura. 29th of August on chess.com, a random game. He had the white pieces. He played a London system against Hikaru. And, you know, it was a blitz game. It's nothing too special, in all honesty. But it's still playing Hikaru, which is not easy. I mean, young players generally could struggle. And here you can see it gets very complicated with pieces hanging and so forth. And he goes for an attack on Hikaru's king. And it pays off. Generally speaking, it pays off. He gets along castles very late. He continues putting pressure. Hikaru threatens mate. Doesn't get it. He just infiltrates. Hikaru unable to defend this relentless attack. Lovely collinear move. And, you know, his king is safeguarded. He picks up a pawn. And he wins the game with queen e8. 38 moves. He defeats Hikaru Nakamura in what I assume was just a blitz game. It was played on chess.com. 29th of August 2020. Now, think of that. 2020. He was 10 years old. He wasn't even 10 years old. He was 9 when he beat Hikaru Nakamura. Some of his most played openings. Now, I do believe this might be on chess.com. So, you know, you take it with a pinch of salt. You can see, obviously, his most recent games and whatnot. But he plays the Caracan. He's played the Sicilian. But a very interesting variation. The Canal attack. French variation he's played. Sicilian. And this is all stuff he's played against the white pieces. But when he has control, he likes to play Gioco Piano. With the black pieces, he plays the Taimanov Sicilian. He's played, of course, against the Alpin. He's played against the Catalan. He's played against the London. And he likes a little Queen's Indian as well. Just various openings going through. A truly, truly phenomenal player, Tani. The only real question, ladies and gentlemen, that we need to ask ourselves as we go back to this view is how far can he go? The Grandmaster dream is getting closer. He's got his first norm. He got a share of 4th place. He, you know, gained 25 rating points. He's now just 50 points or so short of the Grandmaster. You need 2,500. ELO. With performances like that, the Grandmaster title now looks a certainty. Now looks a matter of when, not if. The question is, can he compete at the top level? You will be able to go find clips where he has played Gotham Chess in Blitz games. And, you know, Gotham Chess has also played Brewington Hardaway, who was at the St. Louis Masters as well, finished below Tani. Another prominent player on the rise in the United States, young player. Why Tani's story matters. Chess has always produced prodigies. I mean, I've got a whole playlist here of prodigies. But Tani's is different. It's not just about talent with him. It's about the resilience. Like fleeing danger from Nigeria, to live in a homeless shelter, to becoming one of the most promising players in the world. Tani's journey shows determination, how to seize opportunity, what community support can do for young people, and how it can completely change someone's life. And the most exciting part of all of this? Tani's still only 15 years old. He'll be 16 this year. If his progress continues, we'll be watching America's next Grandmaster. And as I said, who knows? Potentially a World Championship challenger in some format. Maybe in Blitz. Maybe in Rapid. Maybe in Freestyle. Maybe in the Total Chess World Championship. Maybe for the Classical World Championship, what I consider to be the biggest prize of them all. I guess we shall have to wait and see what happens of this young man. But one thing is for certain. He's a fantastic player. He's had a tough journey so far, but we wish him all the best. And he will be a Grandmaster. Very, very soon.